Alright, this is Nick T Magic, and folks, coming at you with a hot take about these new play boosters. I printed out Rosewater's entire article and I've been reading through it. Wanted to give my, won't call them hot takes because I took a week to get through it, but definitely at least lukewarm takes. So he has a list of problems here, and I'm going to go one by one and let y'all know what I think about them. At the end, I'll give you a nice wrap up of what I think should have happened. TLDR, not happy about it. Feel like we should have gone from sets into drafts instead of drafts into sets. And he doesn't want to talk about collectors, but I think that's where the money should have gone for anyone who doesn't want to play. But we'll get into it. So, number one problem, set boosters eclipse draft boosters. Well, no duh, because of Pack Fun, I believe is what they called it. They put all the good stuff into the set boosters, but they didn't want to put all the good stuff just all the way into collector boosters. They're trying to split the difference, and people just bought the set stuff because nobody does limited anymore. We'll get to that in a second. It causes inventory problems. That sounds like a you guys problem. That sounds like a distribution problem, because I can guarantee you at the store level, we know what the sets are, we know what the drafts are, we know what the collectors are, but if your inventory at your distributor is messed up or you can't, get the right product to the customer, that sounds like a you problem. It began the abandonment of draft boosters. Yeah, that's because you guys don't do limited anymore. Limited is such a forgotten format, almost as bad as standard, but that's a whole different video. That, yeah, you just have all this inventory sitting in the back because nobody wants to play draft or buy draft boxes anymore. Everyone's buying the sets and collectors. They can go get all the singles they want, causing the collapse of the singles prices. Again, whole nother video. But that's, again, seems like a you problem. Causes confusion in the marketplace. I mean, okay, that one I'm not 100% mad at. Yeah, when Bob's mom wants to go get him a booster pack, and they get to the store and there's like three different SKUs, not counting whole boxes, not counting commander decks, not counting the 20 other things that Papa Hasbro has made Wizards make. I can understand that one at least. Uh, but merging draft into set, I don't think is going to fix that problem. Every booster buyer wasn't getting all the cool stuff. To what I said earlier, that's so push it down into the draft. Give us that extra foil spot as a guaranteed slot now instead of random advertisement card or even a basic, because who uses the basics out of a draft pack anyways? But that's again if you're drafting, I guess. But you can buy fat packs. They're not called fat packs anymore. You can buy bundles and get whole sets of lands. I've got a tons of those sitting around. There wasn't enough cards, so this is now getting into the issues of merging these two together. And yeah, sets were 12, drafts were 15. I think they ended up splitting the difference, and these new play packs are going to be 14. Colors weren't balanced. Yeah, you kind of had to make the set become the draft, like I'm trying to say, because in the sets they're saying they made the commons and uncommons related to each other, if not by color but by theme. So now you have to randomize everything because you have to keep it draftable. The ratio of rarities would have to shift. Yeah, no duh, because you're now trying to appease two audiences with the same product. The idea that we now get multiple rares in a draft environment per pack, I should say, makes things weird. We'll get to that. We would have to change how we made sets. So what I'm getting to is now the power of cards has to change because you can't overload all the rares and mythics because now there's going to be more of them in the draft environment. And now the draft environment is going to be a whole different animal. And he even says specifically in this article that as of murders at Karpov Manor, the whole thing's going to change. Whether the format is going to change, I wouldn't be shocked at this point. So then they now break down the slots of what's possible in a pack. You got 1 to 6 commons with a 7th slot to a possible common or the list card, and they give you a percentage breakdown, which is okay, fine. 8 to 10 are your uncommon cards guaranteed. 11 is a guaranteed rare mythic. 12th is a land. 13th, non-foil wild card slot. I'm assuming that's like our enchantments right now with Wilds of Eldraine. Then there's a traditional foil wild card slot. So we're now merging collectors into this too now, because you're having to distinguish between traditional foil and the like halo foiling or any of the other crazy foilings you're doing. Which, by the way, Wizards, side tangent, we need to pick one. Like, go with one that works. Pokemon doesn't do like 7 different foilings. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't technically do 7 different foilings, but they do the foilings differently there. Actually, Pokemon does too, but whatever. We need to pick one and run with it. We're moving away from Pringles, and we're all happy about that, but go back to picking on one. We have a non-playable slot, which is then the random card that no one cares about anymore. So, in conclusion, I'm not as a hot take. I hate it as much as I did before. I still feel like they could have done this differently. The price. They're going to charge you the set booster price. So Forever Gone is the sub $5 pack. That's probably my hottest take, that I'm sad that inflation has gotten to us. It doesn't cost them anymore to print the cards, be them higher rarity or not, be them foiled or not. They could have made this play pack be $4 and done us all a solid and been like the cool guys. But now, because they're getting rid of the cheapest pack, it feels like a money grab. And I bet it's because of Daddy Hasbro knowing that Wizards is their cash cow. No other franchise they own makes near as much money as Magic. Shrines like this should tell you that. So we'll see how this goes. See y'all in the next one. All right, this is Nick T Magic signing off.